Ohio.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, these motherfuckers in Ohio, bro. These
I ain't gonna lie.
Africans are just so fucking rude. Like they really do think they one up than the African Americans. They truly are.
I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna make this a video because I wanted to. Africans versus African Americans. Does slavery affect your family? Middle ground, Jubilee. Let's get into it. Brooklyn, what you got to say? Ugh,
They better
nigga.
have some good ass reasons why they try to act more
I
different.
still think they're based on poverty. Colonization still ruined all of the cultures. Uh, Most religion is based off of white people. Can't lie.
But
Most
it's
of the
really
major
worse because
religions
of
are
where
based off
I'm
of
at
white
in
people.
Ohio. Most of the Africans that work here, that I
What?
see, they
What,
work in
Jimmy?
corner stores and they belittle the people that are in poverty already because they work in the corner stores
Which is
because
crazy
they're
Hey,
because
poverty.
they're
see,
like
So
slightly
it's like
above
it's really
poverty.
wild to me.
you y'all had me. Y'all started talking about white people. Y'all to realize that I am partially white. I'm
You're forgiven for that part of your sins,
So am
but
I.
you're
Thank you.
forgiven for that
Yeah,
part of your sins, but
I am majority black Native American, but I know that we've been a lot of shit. God damn, can you start dissing the other part of me that
you're breaking up, so I didn't hear all of what you said, to be honest.
I don't give a fuck. When you start dissing white people, give me a disclaimer. God damn it.
White people that are unnecessarily and illogically promoting and harboring in the defamation and attack against black people, fuck all of you. If you don't understand how racism affects the culture and how it affects society, fuck you. If you don't understand the
Definitely.
things that it comes into, regardless of if you participate in racism or not, if you are still affording and you're still acquiring, I'm throwing out
Fuck
big words because I don't
you.
really understand. I'm kind of drunk, so
I'm catching every big word you
if
saying,
you're
and I know
still
what the
if
fuck
you're
they mean.
still participating in these cultures that affect black people negatively, you're gonna act like they don't affect black people negatively. Fuck you, because you're at that point you're choosing to not acknowledge. With niggas like Jerry Jones saying, "Oh, I was just there for to see what was happening." Nigga, no, you
What?
weren't. You knew what was happening, bruh. You knew the racism that was taking place. You knew the significance of that people being there, and the fact that you were shown being there, and you are yet to say, I apologize for the things that
I
I was
feel like
participating
personally,
in.
when you do
I did not
stuff,
mean to hit that button. For the fact that you have not apologized for the shit you have participated in, demotes the fact that black people had to experience stuff. And like, I just hate the fact that y'all try to act like shit didn't happen. I'm like, bro, that shit happened, and nobody's saying that you're to blame for the shit happening. But don't disregard my struggle just because it's not your struggle.
Facts.
And I'm not saying you didn't struggle, but we're gonna acknowledge that a white person's struggle is not the same as a black person's struggle. A woman's struggle is not the same as a male's struggle. So because that we struggle differently does not dictate that I don't love you through your struggle. I may not be able to 100% understand, but that does not mean that if I'm participating in it, let me know. But that doesn't give me the right to refuse to understand.
Man, brother.
So it's like you want people like, yes, I understand what it's like to be a single parent. Nobody believes you. Everybody thinks you want to quit. No, fuck them kids. Like I understand. Like nigga, damn, I don't want to deal with them niggas either. They annoying sometimes. But at the end of the day, those are decisions that you made, so you got to live with that. You want me to feel sorry for you for decisions that you made? I'm not gonna do with that, especially if you're not putting forth the effort to show that you're trying to be better.
Preach, brother. Preach.
Amen.
Nobody's saying you don't have a right to your emotions. Nobody's saying you don't have a right to feel the way you feel, but damn.
Woo.
Sometimes it don't seem like you niggas want to get better. You just want to struggle, and it's like, bro, let's do
Woo.
better.
Preach, brother.
Mixtape coming soon.
How
Let's
you?
watch
use
this
the
rest of this
word
video, Brooklyn.
racism
Yeah.
when we don't get
This nigga
something
savage.
or
Yeah.
when something
Damn.
don't go our way,
This
or
nigga
just
that
Let me
keep
Tasia.
jump
trying.
in real quick. No disrespect, but racism exists, and I have to acknowledge it. And I can't just ignore it. But what I can do is not buy into the system.
Why they put all this fucking extra fucking what's this music? This fucking not Disney. These fucking National Geographic songs all of a sudden. When did Jubilee become
Hey,
National Geographic?
can we speak about Shawty in the dress?
Which
It is the titty in right
I ain't gonna lie, her over here, the light skinned girl, I know her titties thangin' right there. You see, I can see the cleavage.
You can see partially
You
the
can
titty,
see
but I'm talking
her
about old girl
titties is
in the
titty.
brown.
She cute and
Like she
everything,
ain't
but her titties right there.
old
If we
girl ain't
going
got no
based off
bra
of
on.
titty, if we going based off of titty to body
Night
ratio,
night.
her titties winning. Her
Yeah,
light skinned
night
titties
night.
winning.
Ooh,
Night night.
with the question mark. Seven.
I
You
don't
sure that ain't your girl, my boy?
Step
Night
forward a
night.
few,
know. It's
please.
probably yeah, it's Bubba.
Slavery
Lay down.
affected my family.
You sure that ain't your girl? Shit, you sure? I'm pretty sure that's your girl.
She be alright.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
mean, that's just
I don't know.
evident
She
in
said
my
she's
last
shaking her
name,
head at me.
King. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the brand of the slave owner that put that name on my family all those years ago, and I'm still wearing it in those ways, along with the compounded, economic.
I know she wanted to watch this, so the fact that she's still awake is a miracle and a half. But I know
What
she
time?
did want to watch it. It's 11:30 over here.
It's only.
My
it's
lips are
only-
shaking. I should have been asleep an hour and a half ago. No cap.
But
Okay
it's
then.
Saturday. It's Friday. What you gotta do tomorrow?
Me?
Disparity, social disparity, mental trauma, all of that. I mean,
You got all day to do
it's
that.
tethered forever.
So to
I
go
don't
back
know
to
about all
slavery
day.
and talk about
I don't know about all day, nigga.
traumatic stress disorder,
Definitely can't go all day.
it has never
Why does it have two P's? Does that bother anybody
Wait a
else?
minute. Time the fuck out.
What?
The fuck out.
What?
This light skinned motherfucker.
What about him?
Is he wearing eyelashes?
stopped. So there is no
It has
hope.
nothing to do with
What
nothing.
my great
Wow,
grandparents
what you
were
mean you got
teaching
nothing
my
to do with
Just
nothing.
having long
grandparents who
eyelashes,
taught
okay?
Is this nigga
I have
African
long
or
eyelashes.
African-American?
my
You're
mother,
done.
who taught me, came from what they
Wow, look at
learned
this
through.
nigga.
No, I think they're all
You know what?
these are the African American people. These are all the African American
Okay.
people. The African people was it?
So,
Yeah, because yeah. Okay, yeah, because the African people didn't move. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to bust one up in these.
you with the Joe. So
I'm
that's what you
saying.
saying now.
Lay down.
So you gonna have fizz coming out of little fizz, Joe?
Fizz coming out of a little fizz, Joe. So that's what you about, Joe?
So
Wow, Joe. So you just out here fizzing on little
next
niggas
time
now.
you wanna fizz on a nigga, don't
Bro, that
think
nigga
about
Joe
it
Budden
twice.
is crazy for that, bro. That was he said I had fizz coming out of little fizz. That's insane.
That nigga say he too small for me. Then the nigga say I break little fizz. Then
Like
the
no,
nigga
for
say-
real, for how do you react? No, for real, like how
That
would
is
you react?
wild.
Like another, I might pull that video back up because nigga, what?
Hey,
You
if
said
that's your
you'll have
girlfriend, show your
fizz coming out of.
girlfriend, bro. If that's her, show her that just to know.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
man.
Hold on.
That cause I feel like that may be her because she said the question
So
mark
there's-
like
Uh,
cause that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
Then
Joe
the nigga say,
Budden.
then you gotta show the other part in my straight
Fizz.
voice.
Oh shit! That just closed this whole. I just closed the whole shit. I don't know how I did that. Okay. I ain't gonna bullshit. I don't know how I did that.
This nigga here was funny. Hey, no cap.
Bruh, what is happening?
That bit was so chill. but
Oh
so
yeah.
dull
Well,
at the
what
same
it does,
time.
what it does is it plays whatever song.
Africa came here to
For the most
better
part,
my
it
life,
plays
and I feel
whatever I'm playing. So say I'm playing Spotify. If
Yeah.
it'll play, if it'll
It's
play.
like the little volume effect type shit. The little
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll play whatever song and shit. It'll show
Okay.
and it'll play the artist and shit down there. Joe Budden podcast.
I had a speaker like that. Well, like depending on the song I played, it'll shoot like had the water and the colors and shit. When the bass hit, it'll
Yeah. Fizz. This nigga Joe Budden is crazy, bro.
Yo, I'm not gay. I'm coming in.
Stop
playing
then. No, what's crazy how the video start off when Buddy was like Joe came over there and show him the people that he was subscribed to OnlyFans.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Hold on. Will it show? Nah, will it show what that nigga said?
You got to fight her. I just started with this one, buddy. But that's why I'm going to fight y'all. Because y'all have eyes and y'all know some of this is funny. If this nigga got his ass tooted up in the air on OnlyFans, somebody need to know about that. How the fuck am I know that? I've been on the internet. Oh, because you be looking at niggas that toot their ass up, nigga. Fuck you mean? You the OnlyFans king, nigga. Look, now I'm getting disrespected. I can't even make a joke. Don't disrespect me. You think I'm following Lil Fizz? You just ran over here showing act. Look, I follow all these motherfuckers. Do I like skinny people? I don't know what you.
Hold on, hold
All
on.
these motherfuckers. Do I like skinny? Do I like skinny?
Hold on. Listen. If you listen, I know the quality is fucking ass, but it's either that or you can't hear me.
Right.
But listen.
Quality is ass.
Listen to what he says. Listen to what he says. Listen, he says
People.
some good shit.
You just ran over here showing act. Look, I follow all these motherfuckers. Do I like skinny? Do I like skinny people?
No cap. It literally sounded like he was about to say, "Do I like skinny dudes?" Then he said, "Do I like skinny people?" You know, niggas want to correct themselves and they about to fuck up a sentence. As a nigga that is definitely about to mess up at least 7 sentences before the stream is over. That nigga tried to correct himself from saying, "Do I like skinny dudes?" And I ain't gonna bullshit. That nigga's a predator.
I'm gonna be honest, my boy. For you to sit here and ask 2 other grown men your type, and
I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
gonna sit here and say I don't know. I'm very concerned. You sat here and asked 2 grown niggas, "Do I like skinny niggas?" And both of these niggas was like, "Shit, I don't know."
Them niggas ain't say shit to defend you. Y'all disrespectful. We're
Them
drinking
niggas
this
must know something,
the
Joe.
yellow edition of the Red Bull, so this way Wilkin can say up.
Come on.
Damn, how many ass did I get?
You about to get all these ass, nigga. I need my money. What are you talking about?
Hey, damn, can you at least give me a sub to help a nigga out?
You want me to give you a sub to my channel? How does that sound?
He wouldn't even give me one.
You can't do that though. I'm just saying. Can
I
you
probably
do that, or can
could.
You? Okay.
He won't even give me one.
Hey. Yes, Bubba.
That's crazy.
I have no idea what you just said.
That's your girl?
Oh, yeah, she called me. Let's see. Let's
That's
go
your
to
girl?
Twitch. Yes, Jimmy.
Tell her that everybody say what up.
It's me. It's I, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, so much profanity.
Damn, I don't know what you do in your phone, Joe. Too small for me, man. You know what?
Like saying another man is too small for you is a crazy sentence, bro. Like that's insane.
This nigga is too small for me, man. You know what? This nigga here. I'll break that little boy.
Too small for me, man.
Bruh, this nigga Joe Budden is a booty bandit. For real.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that, but don't act like, because so the issue that we have with him being a booty bandit is that now in this clip, hold on. In this clip that we're about to watch, he then denies being a booty bandit.
I'm coming in.
Maybe he's bisexual.
You're still, just because you're bisexual doesn't make you not a booty bandit.
Yeah, how it start off saying, "Yeah, I'm not gay."
I'm not gay.
You gay.
Nigga, yes you are. It's okay. It's 2022. Niggas do not care. Get your rocks off however you want to get your rocks off, but don't lie to me, because I don't care. I got 2 subs. Who's the second sub?
Yo, I'm not gay. I'm coming in.
Stop playing then.
No, y'all need to learn how to play. But I'm not here to blame it on y'all.
You can't remote.
Joe Budden's the only nigga dick riding.
Say that. He said,
I'm not here to blame it on y'all.
Okay.
At home, I tried
That
to.
nigga needs to stop playing, bro. That's, you mad at everybody else because you making jokes about
said
you
it
getting
straight
your
up.
booty
He said,
played
"So
with.
stop playing."
Like,
Come on,
what are you
Kaden.
talking about? Like, you did this.
Come on.
You set it up to you. I ain't gonna lie, Jimmy. I really don't know how to gift a sub right now. Gift a subscription. Never mind, I found it.
That's crazy. You really just outed me as being Bubba.
What do you mean? That's your name, nigga.
Wow.
I don't give a fuck about the rest of these niggas. That is your name to me. I don't know who I just gifted 5 subs to, but I just did that on accident. I did not mean to do that, I swear to God. I did not mean to do that. Oh my God. That is not what I meant to do. Well, Jimmy, you got your sub. Fuck. I gotta pee now. Fuck. I'll be back.
I'm sure you did. Anything not to.
Y'all blamed it on that fuckity fuck ass blog site. A few of them. But accountability is not about that. So I ain't putting it on y'all. But y'all's awkward silence make me be seeming
wasn't
extra.
silent. We was laughing. We was dying.
You watch it back. I watched it a million times.
I watched it too.
I watched it a million times.
When you said I'm
But it don't matter. I'm not even here to talk to y'all today. I'm not here to talk to y'all. I don't care what y'all got to say. I'm not here to joke around. Listen, before this thing gets started, I am not gay or bisexual. I want to apologize. I'm flattered.
Some niggas been on y'all.
And they were shooting. They've been on you.
And they were shooting. Some niggas like, yo, I'm 240 pounds of fun. Keep playing around with these niggas if you want to.
Well, that's why I'm apologizing to Lil Fizz. Because what I said about Fizz, I was joking. That was a joke. Mm-hmm. But you never know how the joke feels until you're on the other side of it. So I said to Fizz, y'all break that little boy. Clearly thinking it's a joke. My jersey is in the Hall of Fame up there, yo. But I get it. It's a lot of new kids being born. They don't know. They don't know. And people be hiding their sexuality. I'm the first nigga that got to run back in the closet. I got to run out the house from leaving the closet. I got to get out the house. I'm not in the house. I'm not in the bedroom. What's the new word for master bedroom? Primary. Look, some fucking realistic guy. I'm not in the primary suite. I'm not none of that. Because y'all niggas, y'all think y'all was flirting with me. And I took it as disrespect. Yeah, it's 25. Like, y'all niggas ain't gonna keep saying to me, yo, Joe, come try it over here. I'll break you up. That girl. Look, girl's been calling, yo. Yo, you good? And if you're not, I always want to have a bisexual threesome. Like, they going. So stop it. Stop it.
That nigga Joe was getting hollered at by fucking grown-ass men. Oh, yes, that felt good. You think I'm sober to drive across town?
No, I said if you were.
Girl, I wasn't sober enough the first time I drove across town. You think I'm sober enough now?
What the fuck?
I was high as shit the first time I did that earlier today. You think I can drive across town now? Girl, you on crack. Not the good kind either. I can't even plug my phone up to the charger. Jesus Christ. I ain't gonna lie, this yellow Red Bull do go kind of crazy.
No, the blue one's so much better.
Bruh, the blue one is not better.
I don't like the blue one.
Brooklyn, what do you like, nigga? God damn.
I like the orange one.
You like the orange one? Of course you're goofy ass like the orange one. But guess what? They don't make that.
Stop. I'm not playing with you niggas. Is aggressive. Y'all tall.
These niggas ain't playing with
you. These dudes got muscles.
Yeah, keep on.
Yeah, they talk.
Joe, side note, how are you mad that you antagonized a community and you're getting mad at them for responding to what you antagonized? Does that make sense? I didn't think so either. We're gonna add this Red Bull to whatever I'm drinking right now.
No. Drink some water.
Real niggas don't need water. Real niggas don't need water. Ain't that right, Chad?
They do if they want to fuck.
Girl, my dick still work. Trust me. You the only nigga that need to hydrate. You the one that... I ain't gonna put your business out there like that. Wow. I ain't gonna do you like that, big dog. I ain't even gonna... Was I watching that? Oh, because I need to watch this. I need to see this trailer. I'm sorry, give me one second.
Damn.
What happened? Still recording? Did you really think I wouldn't get reincarnated? This shit was kind of crazy.
待たせたな、愛しき子孫どもよ。仮面は真実を覆い隠す。そしてそれは2つあったのだ。
Once anime start making video games like this, we gonna be in there, bro. I swear to God.
何、心配はいらぬ。
Me too, but guess what? We all have problems.
隠された悪意があるなら暴き出し滅ぼすのみだ。俺こそが暴虐の魔王アノス・ボルディゴードだ。
Wow, so you don't support black business is what I heard.
I do, just my computer started dying, so.
Wow. They're making a Scream 6? A horror movie. What are we doing right now? Is that intentional? Did you do that to piss me off just now? What do you mean what kind of movie is Scream? It's a horror movie. Yeah, niggas be dying. Niggas being clapped. Is that Jenna Ortega?
Guys?
Me personally, I would take that. You better swing on that nigga. What the fuck? You better swing on him. Oh wow. This nigga, wait a minute. You just say you were gonna get me sick? That's crazy. You said you were gonna get me sick. That's disrespectful. They have a season 3 trailer? Fuck no, I didn't want to take when it was my turn. Your immune system, fuck. Your immune system is dollar water. Fuck. Your immune system is dog water. Facts.
Okay, then you should take mine.
The fuck, nigga? That's the craziest shit you ever said in your life. Why would I take your immune system because you can't afford a good immune system?
No, I want you to take the sickness.
And we're back to the Africans.
Not buy into the system.
To go, and I'm still wearing it in those ways. Mental trauma, all of that. I mean, it's tethered forever.
So to go back to slavery and talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, it has never stopped. So there is no post. What my great-grandparents were teaching my...
That nigga's like 68 years old. He's talking about his great-grandparents. They were slaves. Your grandparents, your great-grandparents were slaves, sir. Your grandparents were slaves, sir.
Your mom might have even been born into it.
To be honest, like, if I'm thinking about it, like, if I'm for real thinking about it, my grandmother was born in 1950. You're telling me my grandparents are a generation outside of slavery, maybe? Maybe. Like, my grandparents could have been born, my great-grandparents could have been born into slavery. You want me to act like it was so long ago? Like, it was damn near closer than fucking... Rosa Parks died in 2007? Or 2012 or some shit like that? Like, that shit, that's recent shit. Like, this bitch is not Thomas Jefferson, where he died like 30 years, like almost 100 years ago. Like, we were still expericals.
Grandparents who taught my mother, who taught me, came from what they learned through slavery. So there's a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity, a fear of society, a fear of law enforcement. So slavery has made a major impact where the low self-esteem is consistently reoccurring. I think for me, growing up in Los Angeles, California in the early 1960s, there was a stereotype that I didn't want to be black, I didn't want to be African because we come from Africa or we're slaves. So I want to be a Chinese boy, I want to be Bruce Lee.
That explains why a lot of black kids was fucking with anime and fucking with like the movies and shit like that, because we were trying to denounce that black part of our lives, the Wu-Tang Clan, where we're trying to denounce the black part of our lives and say, oh no, we come from Chinese descendants and shit like that. Which, I mean, we fuck with the Chinese homies. Shout out to all the Chinese food. I want some sesame chicken. Don't at me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the follows. Shout out to Plushbox Gaming. But the fact that you want to fuck with the Chinese so heavy, and to come to find out that they hate us just because we're of darker skin, because of the colonization that's taken over the Chinese community due to the white people. It's kind of crazy. Like we just wanted to be. I feel like as a black community, we just want to be accepted for being us, and it feels like we're just hated for being us. Like there's no middle ground. It's just like we're hated for being. We're just hated for existing.
We don't even want to be accepted.
We're hated for literally the pigmentation of our skin that we cannot.
Literally, like it's either we want to be left alone, just like let us do our own shit. Like you hate us because we're growing. If
But
we're
yet
not
want to
doing
be us when you try to tan and then you get the skin cancer.
exactly,
And
like
yeah.
you're either on our dick or mad at our dick.
So
I don't
going
understand. Like you can't have it both ways. You're either mad at our dick or on our dick. I need you to pick one. Like if you don't like us because we're us, I could take that. But damn, nigga, you want to be us too? Like you can't make me feel less than say you want to be me, because you'll never know what it's like to be me. I'm literally looking at the shiny spot on this nigga's head. Like my shit isn't shiny right now because it's fucking white.
growing up like that, I didn't like myself and who I was. I didn't like the color of my skin or the way that I spoke. So I emulated other people. I wanted to be something that I was not.
It's very saddening when you can literally only go back a couple generations and then it's like the documents just don't exist. There's no record. It's like, you know, my family has completely been erased. In that same point too, in the time that we've been here, we've created an incredible.
And I ain't gonna cap. The fact that I know for a fact that if I go back far enough, you don't know who my family is. I want to be able to be that part. Like, oh, my family originated, regardless of what they become in the future. My family originated from this point. At the end of the day, what's this nigga name? Will Savage. That nigga Will Savage. He is the key point to making my family. But I don't want kids. You know, like I want to be that beacon, like that centerpiece, that star, that point. Where it's like, regardless, I know for a fact that we originated from this. We are more than what they paint us to be, less than. You know what I'm saying? We are more than what they paint us to be. Never forget that. We are more than what they paint us to be. Mixtape coming soon.
Incredible culture, and we have so many things to be proud of, and I always reframe the narrative myself, and I speak of my ancestors that were enslaved as, you know, doctors and healers, and it's like, you know, we were taken because we were talented, right. You know, because we had skills to offer, and we built this country, so.
And still building.
And still building, and that's something to take pride in, so.
Can the disagree step forward?
I don't know how to feel about that sentence.
Slavery didn't affect my family, but we did suffer a different type of slavery back home. Like we went through colonization, like.
I don't understand that. Another thing, side note, why do Africans feel like just because you went through colonization, that doesn't equate to what we went through? Like, why do you think you're better because you stayed in Africa? Like, nigga, we were both beaten just with a different form of whip. Like for you, you watched your family's home getting taken from you. I watched my family not have a home. Maybe I'm tripping though.
I am Bamileke. There was a massacre of Bamileke. You guys can like look it up. They killed like more than 300,000.
The Bamileke War is the name of the independent struggle between Bamileke Cameroon nationalist French and movements and in France. The movement was spearheaded by the Cameroonian People Union. After independence, the rebellion continued, shaped contemporary politics. The war began with riots in 1955 and continued after Cameroon gained independence in 1960. More than 300,000 people killed. But if we equate that many people to the Middle Passage, you won't talk about drill.
Of my people, because we didn't.
But what makes you say that we're not your people? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's up with this? The best thing in the world that the Caucasian people, in my experience, In my experience, the best thing that they've done is separate us between people that are considered black and not black. And guess what? No matter what, if you got a hint of pigmentation, if you're Hispanic, if you're from Guam, if you're Asian, Japanese, Chinese, Russian, Eastern European, Italian, African, Egyptian, Moroccan, you're from Uzbekistan, Uruguay, Chile, Brazil, Puerto Rico, South Africa, Ghana. At the end of the day, guess what? You're still fucking black. They view in the same fucking light that they view the niggas born right here in America. There's nothing special about you to them. Regardless of what you feel you are, you're nothing more to them than the color of your skin. So what makes you think that they're going to view you differently because you say you're African? Oh no, I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm from Uruguay. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm from Egypt. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm from Ghana. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm from China. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm from. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm from India. They'll always view you as less than. We don't want to talk about this real. I ain't gonna lie, my feet are starting to tingle. That's how I know I'm kind of over the edge at this point. We've been recording for 30 minutes. I didn't remember hitting the recording button. Brooklyn, what you got to say?
Shit's bullshit.
Facts, nigga. Jimmy, if you're here, I can taste the fucking energy drink and this alcohol. This shit is hitting. This shit is hitting like Mike Tyson right now. I'm tired, but I can't go to sleep. Let's go.
Wanna assimilate to the French culture, but it's still nothing compared to what you guys' ancestor like been through, you know.
I wouldn't want to minimize that pain, though. What you just said hurt me. That 300,000 people were killed because they would not conform.
Nigga, that's the population of Manhattan. 300. Hold on, how many people are in Manhattan actually?
To the.
Fuck me and my fat ass fingers and this blurry ass vision. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Fuck, that's not what you grab. This is what you grab. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Brooklyn, shut up.
Good night, Bubba.
Good night, Bubba.
I feel like personally, we need to stop using the word racism when we don't get something or when something don't go our way, and just
let me jump in real quick. No disrespect, but racism exists. And
Look, there's over 1 million people that live in Manhattan, right? 1.629 million people live in Manhattan. They said over 300,000. That's less than. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to make up a number. I ain't no mathematician. Just imagine that. Just excuse me. Just a third of the population in New York just disappears. Was killed off. Gone. What do you want us to do with that? Like, over? It's like, that's just not fair. Like, it's just insane to me.
that hurt me. That 300,000 people were killed because they would not conform to the colonization of the French people. So that is just as painful and hurtful as the trauma that we suffered here in America.
I can't share the same experience that you have went through and your family, even though we also had our own type of slavery. We had apartheid at the time, you know, where the Dutch people took over and they wanted to just have South Africa, Namibia, and I think other countries where we could only just speak Dutch. It's somehow still happening. Even
which is crazy because if we take into account, look at what has happened to Brazil, where 80% of the people in Brazil speak Portuguese, not Spanish. Again, I love history. It's beautiful. I'm an art major. I'm talking out of what I can remember right now. You feel me, Brooklyn? I'm just speaking out of what I can remember, and like this shit's fucked. Not in the sense of, not in the sense of oh racism, but in the sense of we're dividing ourselves instead of realizing that no matter what shade of brown you are, nigga, you still they don't like you. No matter what, they'll never like you, and that's okay. Are you the best version of you? Black people, brown people are more than just entertainers. They're mathematicians, they're scholars, they're educators, they're presidents, they're lack of a better term, they're dictators, they're people that decide the fate of the world. You're more than just what your skin and what the box they put you in. No matter what that makes you feel like, you are more than that situation. You are more than what people want you to be. You are what you want you to be. I am the thing that my mother wakes up and is thankful for every day, no matter what she sees me as right now. Tomorrow, I am not the same nigga that I was right now. The child that she saw herself making. I am that child no matter what happens, no matter what you think about me. I am better than I was yesterday. And unfortunately, a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of things that have happened is that religion has conformed you to believe that you have to be better than these things. But no, religion is just based off of, this is just a base round of what you believe a good person should be. This is the base. This is the bottom. This is the foundation of what a good person should be. It should be, you should be always leveling up on that. And I'm not saying you're going to take everybody with you, because Lord knows 80% of the people that I've met on the way to the journey have not taken with me. But you should be growing. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. But you should be growing no matter what is happening. It just don't make sense for you to be sitting there. You're complaining about these things happening, but you're not making a difference in your life. How can you expect to grow if you're not willing to make the change? Growth should never feel good. Growth should feel like it hurts. Growth should feel like it sucks. Growth should feel like it's just this pain. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. It's, growth should feel like every part of your soul is being ripped out. Because how is something new supposed to grow if there's something on top of it? Damn, I thought it would actually play.
Even now, there's like a place in South Africa where it's called Orania, you know, and it's just Dutch people there. No black person is even allowed there. So we still somehow feel that oppression even now, but it's nothing compared to what your ancestral history, you know, has gone through. I'm somehow happy that you guys have forgiven it, even though you haven't forgotten it. Have you forgiven it? Like your face, like.
Do that, but me personally, no, I haven't. But I want to work through the change. But no, I have not forgiven because it's a system that's still going on. And from what I'm hearing from you guys, there's a system that's still going on in Africa as well, and it's a war on us.
Racism is the main.
It's a war against black. I don't know what it is about minorities, about black people, about people of color, about whatever it is. I don't know what that war is, and I don't know why they're having it. Honestly, shout out to Plushbox. God damn, I cannot read. Shout out to Plushbox Streamer for the follow. I don't know what that war is against people of color, minority people, whatever, but it's something they know that we don't know. And there's a reason they're keeping us oppressed, because it just don't make sense. The level of oppression they're going by to sustain this level of oppression is insane. It's like if they put this kind of effort into actually funding and funneling to the businesses that black people produce, black people would be amazing. You're forcing black people into these situations, then getting mad at them for being in these situations. It just doesn't make sense. And Jimmy's a bitch.
Main cause of poverty among black people in America.
Main cause?
Racism is a very big issue
I don't know about
talking
main
about
cause.
it, I'm really trying to be careful to not like say anything that will be insensitive. If opportunity is right here, they will give it to people of other race than African American and Africans too. So if there's a job that maybe have math requirement, I feel like they'll pick an Asian person, or they believe, oh, African Americans will not dress appropriate, so they will pick another person. They will always like pick people that are not black over people that are black.
I also think, I think the crucial like missing point when we talk about economic disparity, time. Time is the most valuable currency. And if you have like a stock that's like the American dream is the stock, and you know, during all that time, all that asset, the American dream was appreciating, and you're not
Is that nigga wearing eyelashes? Was Jimmy right? Find out next time.
allowed to take out business loans, you're not allowed to read, you're not allowed to write. You had to first fight to become 3/5 of a citizen, then you got Jim Crow, and then you got everything else. It's like you're now having to buy in at a price so high because the time is irreparable. You can't get that back. One black person today cannot, in one lifetime, achieve what generations of white families were able to do simply because they didn't have to compete with us to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. Like,
I agree with you. I ain't gonna lie, her voice. I see why niggas like African girls. That voice is very soothing. It's like a good pair of velvet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just smooth. It's just smooth to put on. I understand why niggas like that.
Yeah, I was thinking, just like you said, from a historical standpoint, we start with slavery, then that's centuries, generations of stolen labor, like you said. Then we get into Jim Crow, which is just an extension of that. Then we have redlining, we have mass incarceration, we have events like the bombing of Tulsa and Rosewood in Florida, and all these different examples of our wealth being decimated. And I don't say that to come from a defeatist or a...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. America is literally the breeding ground of African American or African or fuck that. America is the breeding ground of black decimation. If you want to learn the rules of how to decimate a country or decimate a group of people, just look at the history of America. How to keep a group of people oppressed, America set the precedent. No matter what America feels, no matter what Americans feel like, at the end of the day, the founding fathers were so hell-bent on preventing Africans / African Americans from growing, they were willing to destroy anything that African Americans came up with that could show that they would be better than or equal to. Because of that, I'm out.
mindset, but I think if we just have an honest conversation about history and what we've gone through when we've been here, racism is definitely a big part of that. And there are a lot of successful black Americans, a lot of millionaires, a lot of, business owners, but they're exceptions for sure for a reason. And there's a big difference between income and wealth. I would like to challenge the ideal that African Americans are lazy or that we don't have a good work ethic. I think there's this perception that, we're here, we're in America, how are we not doing better for ourselves? So
the reason that words are hard. The reason that they're not doing better in America is because America is built as a business meant to destroy any positive black people.
I thought I was gonna be the only one staying. I was gonna be like, oh, I'm about to be like Kanye West, but okay, there's a lot of things we can use as an excuse to hold us back, to not to reach our potential.
Facts.
But it's up to us to look past that.
Facts.
Me coming from Africa, I came here to better my life, my family. I'm the only one here. And since I have been here, there's a lot of bad things that happened to me. There's also a lot of good things that happened to me.
Facts.
Us African or African American, we need to look past racism.
I want y'all to understand that racism is not the only issue. It is a major issue. It's not. I would say racism is the main cause of poverty due to how people react to it, but we're not gonna sit here and act like it's the only cause. Like a lot of times, unfortunately, due to racism, the mindset that has been implanted into black people does increase how poverty is looked at versus the things that you could be doing while quote unquote in poverty, and the benefits that you could get can boost you out of poverty. but it's viewed as for me that most people based on poverty. I'm literally looking at my eyes right now, so if it looks like I'm looking straight into the camera, I'm sorry. I'm literally looking at my eyes right now to make sure I don't fucking pass out while I'm doing this. The reason that a lot of the shit based on poverty is that most people aren't actually investing. They would rather sit in poverty. Not even African American people, for real. Almost all people, they would rather sit in poverty than actually grow. And that forms a mindset of complacement. And if you're not learning, you're not living. Hey nigga, snoring your own shit. Don't snore in my shit. How do you go to sleep in the middle of me talking? First of all, that kind of fucked me up just now. Brooklyn, goofy
And I just
bastards.
focus on our own goal, like what do we want to achieve.
It's too many people ignoring me talking right now. It pissed me off just now.
We need to stop using the word racism when we don't get something or when something don't go our way, and just keep trying. You know.
Let me jump in.
Debatable the keep trying part, but understandable. Not everything is racism. Okay, the reason you didn't get that job is it's because you're a felon. If you actually did the crime, nigga, it's because you're a felon. A lot of times people use the word racism to kind of cover up, like, oh, they didn't pick me because I'm black. No, nigga, you don't know how to count to 12. That's the issue. Once you realize that, nigga, you don't know how to, you can't do mental math. That is the problem. That's why you didn't get the job. It's not because you couldn't fucking, it's not because you were black. It's not because you were a minority. A lot of times they would rather hire you because you're a minority because they get an extra check. But
real quick,
I didn't mean that. But you saying it, there are some instances where it is racism, but we're not gonna sit here and act like every time it's racism. Like, nigga, you don't know how to fold a jacket. You're not getting the job.
No disrespect, but racism exists, and I have to acknowledge it. And I can't just ignore it, but what I can do is not buy into the system. You know, if I want to do something, let me be the entrepreneur. What I believe happened in the 1960s is that we started looking for equal rights, to be equal with other people. And what we stopped doing, and I heard you talk about Tulsa, we stopped using the black-owned businesses. Now, because you guys got to understand, the Fair Housing Act in 1968, I'm 5 years old. That's when we could move off the east side of LA and move into other subcultures. So what I wanted to do at 8 years old was go to IHOP. I didn't want to go to the ma and pa restaurant anymore. I wanted to go to, let's go eat at the hotels. So what we did is stop supporting each other.
That's a fact. A lot of black people stopped supporting black-owned businesses. And then a side note is, what's up with all these black-owned businesses having to give homie discounts? I find that as a problem. Me personally, I think that is a problem. The fact that black-owned businesses are expected or quote-unquote required to give homie discounts is fucking ridiculous. You nigga, I need my money. The rent is still due on the first, nigga. I need my money for this shit. The fact that you're expected to give homie discounts is fucking crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie, I should be charging, because if Pat and Charlie was down the street selling chicken and waffles, you wouldn't expect them to give homie discounts. But all of a sudden, because we're the same skin tone, I'm expected to give a homie discount? Nigga, no. I ain't gonna say some of these black places be charging astronomical numbers for mediocre work. But if I know for a fact I'm giving you the same effort as McDonald's, nigga, I expect my 24.75 in full, nigga, because you're not special. That's ridiculous.
And started supporting corporate America. So
Facts.
The racism plays a major part, but we don't have to buy into it.
Facts.
I have been waiting to disagree with you, my brother. I'm waiting patiently. The thing is, even though I want to disagree with you, I get where you're coming from. When I see black people talking about racism, all that stuff, I'm like, what is wrong?
Her accent, I'm not gonna cap that African accent does. I can see why that gets niggas dick hard. I can understand why. That's a nice accent.
With this people,
it just sounds so smooth, so velvety smooth. It's like British, but like with a little slang into it. It's like British with Atlanta. You feel me? that African accent is like British, but with Baltimore in it. You know what I'm saying? It's a British Baltimore accent. Like Idris Elba, but he grew up in the streets of America. You know.
People, you guys have food, you have
Excuse
EBT,
me.
all this thing, and you're here shouting about somebody is racist too. Just leave that person and move on. I feel that way. Like, why are they always like complaining? But when Black Lives Matters started happening, like, I sat down, I said, I need to actually know why these people are pained. And if we look at the history, what they've done to them, like if you actually sit down, watch some documentaries, how they were maltreated, I don't think if I'm actually Bonnie, I will forgive those people. I don't care. It's easier for us Africans that were raised in Africa to feel like they're complaining because we were raised through struggle. Like I barely even have water, and you have water, you're complaining. But then it's not about the basic necessity or about how we are raised. We are raised like, I don't want to say way better. We might not have resources, but there are some way, like our own people will not look down on us or put us behind. So it's in their nurture that way.
At this point, it's a nature versus nurture mode. Like, I can expect, for lack of a better term, snitching. Gunna is quote unquote getting criminalized for snitching, allegedly. I don't know. I don't remember a lot. I'm again kind of intoxicated. I don't remember a lot about him and Young Thug, but this nigga Gunna is getting criminalized for snitching on a nigga that Gunna probably had no, like, they were connected, but that nigga didn't know what that nigga was actual criminal. We're mad at Kanye West for the shit that he says, but this is the experience that this nigga has given. He has never had support from black people ever since he's made a point. He was like, yo, I made this point. I was betrayed by my own people. So what makes you think I'm going to support black people if black people never supported me? Why would I support white people if white people never supported me? And you're mad at him. And you're mad at him because these white people are just nurturing, like, hey, yeah, you keep doing that, you're going to be great, Jimmy. All these niggas that made it to the NFL and shit, a lot of times they were pushed by white people. Unfortunately. It's either that or they were pushed to take black people out the hood, out the ghetto, out the struggle. The only way you were taught you could make it is rapping or being a ball player. No, you don't. What do you need to learn how to do gymnastics for? What do you need to learn how to do? Why do you need to learn how to be a Scientologist? Not a Scientologist, but why do you need to learn science? You don't need to know that. Why can't you push the ball down the court? Why don't you know how to make a layup? You're not 6 foot? Oh, you can never make it. But it's like you can't put this fucking mindset on people, and then you're nurturing only this mindset. Though these people are saying this is the only way you can make it, and it's not the only way you can make it. So how can I get mad at you for when all you've known is struggle? How can I get mad at you for not knowing that there's a different way?
Like they just can't overlook it. And if you sit down and watch everything that the forefathers have been through for real, I changed my mind. No, they need to be angry. However, they should still move forward.
I mean, we have police brutality back home too.
True.
We have, like, if you go to Cameroon and then you see how the police officer treat us, and they're black just like us, you're not even gonna believe it, you know. And in Cameroon we have this. Have you guys heard of the word like tribalism? So
Yeah, it happens in Nigeria.
yeah, so we do get oppressed too. And
I agree.
so when I'm saying like we need to like look past that, I'm not saying forget what happened to you guys or me. At the end of the day, we cannot just sit and just grieve on the past. We have to be able to move on, but not forget.
Facts.
If I could choose a place to live, it would obviously be my country. I love my country, but right now, my country is not the best choice for me. There's a little genocide going on in Cameroon right now. So many innocent lives have been taken. If I was still in my country, the opportunity that I have here, I would not have those opportunities there.
Hip hop reinforces stereotypes about the black community.
Okay, on that question, in a certain aspect, yes, a lot of hip hop does reinforce the stereotypes on black country, on black people. But it also depends on, because hip hop is such a broad genre and there's different subtypes of hip hop, where you have conscious rap, you have drill, shit. There's a lot of genres. R&B rap. You got your trap souls. You got your fucking again, from the niggas from like Common Sense, the rapper, to Tyler the Creator, to Bun B, to Jay-Z, to Lil Wayne, to Eminem, to Dr. Dre, to Snoop Dogg, to Kendrick Lamar, to Ab Soul, to Isaiah Rashad, to J. Cole, to JID, to Mace, to Kodak Black, to Lil Tecca, to Lil Pump, 6ix9ine. Oh my god, I can't think of nobody else. Denzel Curry. I already said Absol. Schoolboy Q, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg. They're all different genres technically. But hip hop is one of the greatest middle grounds. I actually watched this document. This not even this class. It's this fucking not even this documentary. It's actually this class by what's his name? By Lupe Fiasco, and he talks about like raps, the acronym of raps, like RAPS. Like I've labeled it as written. Oh my god, written analytical problems. No, fuck, I can't remember it. I just listened to this shit though. But literally, it's like it's all about what you make of it. Rap is so profound in the music. The song "Stan," let alone, is become such a piece of pop culture. Rap is such a big piece of culture in the African American society that you cannot say that rap and hip hop is an African American culture thing. It is not an African thing. It's not a UK thing. It's not a French, German, Eastern European, Russian, South America, South Africa, Uganda, Uruguay, Chile, Brazil. That's not, no, that is an African American culture piece that no matter what you do, at the end of the day, it all roots to African Americans, where they're literally writing about problems experienced every day. And it's not even sometimes problem, it's just about them talking. Like sometimes that's what you need to get off your chest. And as a nigga that loves art in every form, it's so beautiful.
Hip hop reinforces stereotypes about the black community.
Her titties was tittying in that fucking jacket though.
In South Africa, we have our own version of hip hop, so we call it kwaito. So they would rap in our own language in different, we call it Venek. So back home, it kind of did reinforce some stereotypes.
Hey, Sharkle, stupid. We know we read books, bitch.
Stereotypes, because now when you go out in the world, people will just classify you under one group. And growing up, also looking at American entertainment, looking at the hip hop that's done here, I'm like, oh well, you're rapping about drugs, you're rapping about this. Of course it's going to happen. Of course you're going to go to jail. But getting older, you see the culture as well of hip hop. I had to understand that there's a culture within that.
I was alive when hip hop started, and it was during a time where people rapped about what they saw, what they wanted in life. And then it became where people rapped about what they had been through, what they had gotten over. You know, used to sell drugs, used to hurt people, but now this is who they are. And I think it's gotten into now, and in our day and age now, it's where people are glorifying and wanting to pretend that these are the things that they do on a daily basis when it's not. So it went from storytelling to now really it's truly storytelling, but it's unhealthy for our culture.
I don't want to.
They're telling a story about shit that isn't happening. You're telling a story about shit that you're not experiencing. That's when it becomes a problem, because if I rap to you about today about how selling drugs and killing people, I've never done that shit. I'm not gonna say I've never wanted to kill a person. I might take it off the internet. I'm not gonna say I've never rapped about those emotions, about experiencing like, hey, I want to experience these things, but you're shooting the I just sound like that, but it's the same way you follow it. I mean, in my opinion, hate pictures, hate people suck. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, that shit got really blurry. Just so you know, so your stream is fall. Oh, it is set to fall only. I did not know that. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, in my opinion, hate pictures, people suck. But in my opinion, we all need to drop everything and just talk and take people at people. Oh shit! I'm sorry. You typed it fucked me up. In my opinion, hate people suck. But in my opinion, we all need to drop everything and take people as people, based on genetic experiences as well as exercise. If you take this, for me, the sad part is that a lot of people don't take people as people. Like the way that you view certain people, you view them above just being human. Like at the end of the day, no matter what you do, if you take everything else away from them, they're still a fucking human. I appreciate you, bro. Deadass. I appreciate you. Yeah, like I can't. Like it's this world is gonna be fucking hard. But yeah, like it flows so much. This world is fucking hard as it is, right? Just being a base person in the world, but people people are amazing. And people are amazing and people are terrible. And the fact when you can find that balance of if for lack of a better term, honestly, I think the world would be a better place if people were honest with themselves before they were honest with other people. If I tell you I don't like being around people. Like I love being alone, but that's how I was raised, right? That is where I find peace. I find peace in just talking to a fucking camera and literally watching shit, or talking to a camera and playing video games, or talking to a camera and interacting with the stream online. That's what brings me peace, right? I know I can say some crazy shit, right? Plushbox. I can say some crazy shit and be like, oh, you know what, nigga? Fuck everybody with a P in their name. But if that's how I truly feel, that's okay for me to feel that way. But I can't get mad at you for being like, fuck everybody with a W in their name. When I start to put limits on how you can feel, I find that as a problem. Because at that point, it's like I'm hindering our relationship. Because regardless of you could be an amazing person, if I say you can't talk shit about me because I find it rude, nigga, hey my nigga, we you know what I'm saying, nigga, we lit too, so we just talking. We just talking like we lit too, my nigga. We almost done with the bottle. We just talking. We just watching shit. It's like at some point, like you can't view yourself. For me personally, at some point you can't view yourself as better than me just because you have a different opinion. Like I can't, and I can't. I hate this new age culture where niggas be like, "Oh, you didn't say Black Lives Matter. That means you hate black people." When did I say that? I said Asian lives matter because they fucking do. Like, I'm not saying all lives matter in the sense of, damn, all lives, oh man, fuck black people. Everybody's lives matter. No, I'm saying all lives matter in the sense of all lives, everybody that's a living thing does matter. But because of the fact that black people are being harmed at this time, in this junction in life, because we're degrading them, black lives do matter more at this moment in time. Asian lives do matter more in this time because we're degrading them to make them feel like they're less than. Also, I gotta pee, so I'll be right back. We're gonna start this. We're gonna start. Hopefully, this shit catches
On my
back
radio
up.
and all I'm.
Yeah, hopefully by the time
Hip hop reinforces stereotypes about the black community.
In South Africa, we have our own version of hip hop, so we call it kwaito. So they would rap in our own language in different, we call it vernac. So back home, it kind of did reinforce some stereotypes because now when you go out in the world, people will just classify you under one group. And growing up, also looking at American entertainment, looking at the hip hop that's done here, I'm like, oh, well, you're rapping about drugs, you're rapping about this. Of course it's going to happen. Of course you're going to go to jail. But getting older, you see the culture as well of hip hop. I had to understand that there's a culture within that.
I was alive when hip hop started, and it was during a time where people rapped about what they saw, what they wanted in life. And then it became where people rapped about what they had been through, what they had gotten over, used to.
Like, you can't. I hate when people try to use. They try to say rap music is the most common cause of death in America. I heard that shit. I remember I heard that shit. I was like, that's just not true, because 80% of rap music is just what people experienced. Like, rap music just now, unfortunately, because rap music has become so popularized, a lot of white people are just trying to fucking invest in that shit. Like, oh, we want to be a part of your culture too. No, nigga. No, wigga. That shit does not work like that. Like, you don't know what the fuck I've been through. No matter what happens. What's up? What you want to say in advance? I need some more ice. I did not mean to do that. I swear to God, I did not mean to do that.
Sell drugs used to hurt people, but now this is who they are. And I think it's gotten into now, and in our day and age now, it's where people are glorifying and wanting to pretend that these are the things that they do on a day.
The sad thing is, the people that are glorifying this shit. When I say next is a title. I am not Nazi, but I believe in the love of all persons, simply, but in the worst kind of way. Like, here is my result. Like, I disagree with the way I looked at it, and the grandson is not weighing anything else. Bigger Journey would probably have been pushing things forward to be a scrolling space for. So the issue with a lot of the stuff that. Let me finish. Victory of Germany would probably push these things forward towards becoming spare of spacefaring, which is the future of us, in my opinion. I agree. So the issue with what Germany was doing was not the fact that they were pushing more of a equal ground. In my opinion, it was strictly just the fact that they were saying this was the only right way, which was that was a very racist take. Them pushing for the equality, like, communism isn't really that bad. Communism in whatever Russia is in, I'm again kind of intoxicated, so I don't know. Communism in whatever Russia is in isn't really that bad in the sense of what it comes down to, where it's equal. Everybody's equal. You make potatoes, nigga. We all make potatoes. However much you put in, you get out. That part is not bad. It's when you start saying that, oh, only blonde-haired and blue-eyed kids are the fucking right people. That's when I started to disagree with you, but like, sorry. If you're saying we're starting off at the same starting point of, nigga, we all make potatoes, what are you gonna do with your potato farm? And I start to grow wheat, and I start doing more than the niggas that's only growing potatoes, you can't get mad at me because I started growing my shit properly. So, communism in the sense of making everything equal is a perfect world. But I can't, like, the whole Aryan shit, like, I can't support that. That's fucking crazy. Like, white people are like, whoa, let's relax. Blue-eyed and blonde-haired people are not better. Like, they had this to see it. I do believe whatever. Yeah, I can actually see, in the sense, like the video games Wolfenstein, if they had succeeded in what they were doing, I think it would have helped and hindered the community and hindered the world, because I could see it bringing some more of, okay, everybody's starting off, as long as you follow our rules, this is the baseline you start off at. But we're not going to act like there wasn't still going to be a huge ethnic gap in depending on who the people were, because because there was going to be such an ethnic gap in between of how people were treated, who was getting these benefits, when were they getting these benefits? Like, there's just so much shit that goes into it. How they succeeded. Technologically, yes, but I think more. You know how America nowadays. Honestly, I think America has grown between. If we're taking over the last 100 years, from 1922 to 2022, America has changed a lot just from a race standpoint where black people are now accepted. Honestly, I think we're about 2 generations away from everything being pretty cool. Like, where black people are like, bro, like black people are viewed as just regular people versus somebody less than, versus somebody that has to be harbored, because we're still 2 generations away from those people dying out. To be honest, like, we're still 2 generations away from those people being skedaddled up out of here. So because of that, once we hit the once your Bernie Sanders has grandchildren, once those grandchildren grow up, I think at that point, then we'll be like, okay, we're actually like, no, my brother, regardless of what his skin color is, he is my brother. And once we get that kind of unity, I'm not gonna lie, the world's probably gonna end. I ain't gonna lie. Because at that point, there's gonna be nothing to stop us. You feel me? Other than other humans. Once America is built on the pitfalls of other Americans. Once we get that unity as a group, as a cohesive unit, what's gonna stop America from conquering the world? What stops America from being the best country on the planet? If they, let's be nice, if they're the first country to have full ethnic unity, where it's like, we don't care who's elected as long as they're doing what's best for the country, who's gonna stop them? Who's gonna stop them? Have you ever seen a group of children that know what they want? Have you ever seen a 3-year-old that's like, no, I want that, and they're willing to do anything to get that? What is going to stop them? Had they succeeded, we'd be more technological progress, but it would be. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'm going to be real. I think the pendulum was such a I believe the idea that all people are equal. However, that's how they feel. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, my mom started yelling. That's cap! Unfortunately, falling into what you like race, but it's just they can't ever Tristan. Funny things behind the scene, idea of pandering to the man. I think I ain't gonna lie, a lot of minorities play to the wrong department. They play to the wrong group of people. If your goal is to make as much money as possible, you need to be pandering to how to make the most money as possible. You can't just strictly base everything off racism. I might have read this wrong, so I'm gonna reread it real quick because I'm kind of drunk. Honestly, I believe I am gonna be real. I think the pendulum is so too far. I believe in. Hold on, shit. That shit got me. I'm not gonna lie. That shit kind of fucked me up mentally. I think the pendulum is so too far. I believe in the idea that all people are equal. However, I sadly feel that we are unfortunately falling into a fault of utilizing race bias as justification, like justifying little things behind the idea of pandering to the marginalized. It's harmful to the minority, but it's hurtful. So sadly, we are falling in a place of I cannot do anything wrong because we are. That is a problem. You can be black and still be racist. I don't understand why that is not a common knowledge. Like, just because, like, I can say I don't like white people, but the specific reasons I don't like white people are very specific to those white people. So I can't say I'm not racist in the sense, like, if I say I don't like white people because they don't have rhythm, that's racist. That's a racist statement. That is a horrible statement. But if I say I don't like white people because they have how in their history they have oppressed black people. If I say I don't like Donald Trump because of how I've seen him oppress black people, that's completely different than being like I don't like Tommy because he told me I couldn't play with his toys, so he's racist. That's not the same. Now, if Tommy meant it in a racist manner, then that's different. But if he's saying no, my mama said I couldn't handle it. oh, Tommy, you won't let me play with it because you're racist. That's goofy. That's a goofy ass statement I just made. So it's until black people can realize that racism does equal on both sides. It's not a, oh, because I'm black and I've been oppressed, I can't be racist. It's not how fucking it works. It's all about, because you've been fucking racist, you're racist.
Daily basis when it's not. So it went from storytelling to now really it's truly storytelling, but it's unhealthy for our culture.
It's
I don't
just
want to on my
lies.
radio and all I'm hearing is I put a bullet in it, something, something. Like I'm like, eh? That's what you people do? No, like, sorry. And then it's like, it's all about like talking about female.
Which I'm not saying you can't hate a community. Again, I'm not saying you can't hate a community, because you can hate whatever you want to hate. That is an okay. Look at me. That is an okay emotion to feel. You are allowed to feel your emotions. But when you take into action that I'm going to not serve them because he is paler skin, I'm not gonna serve him because he is black, but I'm not even emotions, but yeah, like when it's literally, it's like once you start to overdo it, it's like, all right, nigga, relax. It's not that deep. Like I'm not. Oh man, a black person, a black Liam Neeson. He said a black person attacked a friend that he knew, and he was so caught up in his emotions that he was willing to kill a black person that night. He went out on the hunt looking for one. I can't get mad at him for feeling that way, because had a white person did that to my mom, had a white person did that to my sister, had a white person did that to my friend, I'm not gonna say I don't have those same emotions. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna say, all right. I can't even cap to say I wouldn't go out looking for, like, I want smoke. I want whatever beef you got, I want it. But I can't get mad at you for feeling that way, because that is a genuine response based off of what has happened. When we stop allowing people to feel emotion due to how we want them to feel, like, if I have something in my hand and you smack it out my hand and I smack you in the face, you can get mad that I smacked you in the face. Nobody's saying that you can't feel that way. But you have no right to get mad at me to dictate how mad I can get based off of what you did to me. That's what it comes down to. It's like you're trying to control how I am allowed to feel. Like, no, I am entitled to my own emotions. You don't know what sentimental value that had to me. Like the internet, bro. The internet is such a fucked up, fickle place that, like, you people. I'm never gonna finish this video because I'm not gonna lie. I'm already I almost fell out this chair at least a couple times. People want you to feel these emotions, but then get mad. Like, you, if I post on the internet, oh, my spouse is this, this, and this, and the niggas on the internet say, oh, you should leave them, you should divorce them, you should stop messing with them. That is what I put on the internet. That is what I put out there. How can I get mad that I'm getting back the same emotions that I put out there? If I post nothing but negativity, how can I be mad that the only thing that I receive is negativity? That's stupid. That's dumb. Like, think logically. Like, people be mad at the internet. And I'm not gonna say that a lot of these internet niggas is straight up fake. They're not real people. They're fucking bots created to just feel that way. But if I'm posting on the internet, oh, my wife never cleans, she never cooks, she never helps me around the house. How can anybody in the internet know that, oh, she works a 40-hour day, so she doesn't really have time to do that. It's either that or sleep. And I'm really the person that's supposed to be making sure she's straight. The internet's not gonna realize it. They're gonna view it as, oh, your wife doesn't cook, she don't love you. She must be out here messing with some other person. Like, nigga, no. I know this thing, bro. This nigga just put in 40 hours, so this way I didn't have to go to work today. She said, I'll work every day. And okay, I can only speak for me. My girl said, she said, you know what? I have no problem doing a corporate job, climbing the corporate ladder. You would be made the bad boy for being a person. How dare you expect a societal norm regardless of your intention? bro, it's like you want me, and it's not even like at the end of the day, do what's best for your relationship. If I know for a fact I don't fucking want to work, nigga, we're talking on the internet right now. This is what I want to do with my life. I just want to talk to people, make people feel emotion. Just talk. I don't care what we talk about. Let's just talk. Let's just have a vibe. If there was 1,000 people in this chat right now, I want each and every one of y'all to feel like I'm talking directly to you. Like, I can't get mad at you. People want everybody. Society makes you feel like if you're not doing this, you're wrong. But there's different ways to shave a horse. I know that's not the saying, but still, there's different ways to fucking cook a chicken. Like, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be. Your version of a YouTuber is not my version of a YouTuber. Your version of, I am not Kai Cenat, right? So his version of streaming, where for the most part he's loud, he does jump shit. He's very eccentric. I'm not that. Niggas hot as fuck in this room. I'm tired. I'm very chill. I'm not gonna lie. I smoked a blunt and then we started drinking. I'm chilling. That's what makes me feel good. Everyone blind when it comes to seeing everything in the world, bro. Like, if you just be like, okay, dead ass. If the world went blind when it comes to seeing a person, I don't need to know what you say. If I can just hear what you say, I don't need to look at you. And I'm not saying every person. And the sad thing is, every person isn't good. So that should let you know that every person is different. If every person was the same, if I could judge Plushbox based off of how I treat Tay, or if I judge Plushbox based off of how I treat my girlfriend, they're different people. I can't get the shit that Plush might like. Excuse me. The shit that Plush might like is definitely not gonna be the shit that my girlfriend likes. She wants me to talk to her sweetly. She wants me to be nice to her. Am I nice to her? Fuck no, because that's not what life is. I'm not gonna talk to this nigga Plush like I talk to my sister. When I treat everybody different, it's because I have a different relationship with everybody. Exactly. I gotta hold you responsible for your actions, how you treat me. I was messing with a girl, right? I said, hey, only thing you gotta do, I don't care if you fuck with nobody else. I don't care. You tell me, we broke up, right? I said, I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, like, I can't, we're not together. So I can't control what you do. But if you wanna fuck with me, if you wanna still have sex with me, if you wanna still be in my life, you have to be honest with me. So then a couple weeks go by. I'm chilling. I go see one of my homeboys, one of my homegirls. I'm like, hey, you want to go work out? She's like, yeah, cool. So one of my homeboys texts her. She'd be like, oh, why she? So he texts her and says, my ex is at his house trying to hit on his brother. They were already fucking by that point, messing with his brother. And she's texting me talking about, oh, I want to see you and all that shit. Hey, bro, good night, Mike. Hey, bro, I'm not gonna cap. I'm about to end this shit right after this story. So I'm like, yo, why did you lie? Like, it's not about, bro. Again, I don't give a fuck that you're having sex with anybody else, but it's the principle. Like, I want you to treat me with the same respect that I gave you. If you want me, tell me, like, hey, I'm messing with so and so and so and so. Okay, which the reason that it really pissed me off is because I fucking asked you, were you messing with anybody else? And you told me no. And then I find out from somebody else, like, come on, bro. Like, life is about a respect thing, right? It's not about, like, regardless at the end of the day, Donald Trump can tell me right now, I hate black people. I can respect the fact that he was willing to stand on that. He said, you know what, at the end of the day, this is how I feel. I can, like, fuck that nigga, like, dead ass, fuck that nigga. But at the end of the day, I'm standing on this is how he feels. I can't get mad at him for his emotions. I can only respond accordingly. So if you're not willing to respond accordingly, if you're just going to say based off of those emotions, I can't control none of the shit that you go on about. Because at the end of the day, if I choose to listen to your dumb ass after that, that's on me. I'm the one in the wrong. So again, at the end of the day, every person is different. Hold on, can we cut? Can we cut to the slow face again? Every person is different. Be you, nigga. I should have cut to this fucking shit earlier, but be you, nigga. Love you, and remember. Shout out to my nigga Plushbox. Shout out to my nigga Jimmy. Shout out to the gifted subs tonight. Shout out to everybody, but at the end of the day, bro, for. At the end of the day, I love you, even when you don't love yourself. I'm gonna hit you up next to Savage.